Hello, good morning. Welcome to JCE Connect. So today we'll be dealing with the brakes, which is the second part of the module 2. So what are brakes? Brakes are nothing but they are used to stop or slow down the vehicle or the running vehicle, and it also prevents the vehicle movement during parking. During braking, the kinetic energy of the vehicle with which it is moving is dissipated as heat and is also a reverse of acceleration, that is decelerating. So whenever the vehicle is in motion, it is having some kinetic energy. So when we suddenly try to slow it down or when we suddenly try to stop it, that kinetic energy is converted into heat energy, which is there in the generated in the brake drum. This is similar to the acceleration of the vehicle. The retarding force and the rate of deceleration of the vehicle is also limited by the adhesion force or adhesion between the road and the tire. Adhesion is nothing but the force of attraction between two dissimilar materials. Okay, so that is tire and the road. So the rate of retardation or the rate of decelerating the vehicle or rate of slowing down the vehicle is dependent on the adhesion between the tire and the road. The brakes are capable of decreasing vehicle speed faster than the engine accelerates acceleration, we can say. So so the brake should be capable of reducing the acceleration before the engine accelerates. Like for an example, so if I applied a brake on a two-wheeler, so if I accelerate it how much ever I want, it won't move. So the whatever brakes I am applying, the force should be so much that it should not increase the acceleration and it should not lead to the motion of the vehicle. So the capability of braking system should be such that. Okay, now the next is the braking requirements. What are braking requirements? Whatever system we require for the braking is, so the braking should be in such a way that whether whatever may be the load conditions, or whatever may be the type of road, or whatever may be the vehicle speed, or whatever may be the brakes type of brakes, the there should be a maximum possible retardation produced by the tire on the road, which is nothing but deceleration. Next is the response time should be quick for the braking system. Another one is the brakes must have good anti-fade characteristics. Means it should not decrease the efficiency of it by prolonged usage of the brakes. For example, when we are descending the when there is a descending road or descending hill, there is a lot of use of braking system or brakes, and which will lead to the heat dissipation of the brakes. So there should be efficient cooling of the brakes necessary. So in an emergency also, the brake must be made so strong that it should be enough to stop the vehicle, and there should not be any lose in control of the vehicle by the driver, and it should not skid. It should be not be affected with water, dust, or the road grit. The braking system should be light as possible, and it should be easy to maintain and should have a good long life and economical life. The braking should produce less noise and vibrations, and it should facilitate for the parking brake. Okay, so these are some requirements which should be there in a braking system. The next is the mechanical brake system. These are types of brakes, in which first one is the mechanical brake system. In this type of brake system, there are cams and brake shoes on all the four wheels. The cams are connected by the brake pedal by means of levers and flexible cables. Whatever brake pedal we have in our automobile, that is connected with these cams by using a lever or a flexible cable. When the brake pedal is pressed or when we apply the brake, the force is transmitted to the cams by means of these flexible cables that operate. The cams in turn operate the brake shoes. So this is completely a mechanical brake system. In this, there is no fluid is used. We are not using any fluid in this. So this is the next is construction and operation of this mechanical braking system. So in this we have we can see this is the operation of the brake shoe. In this we can see that there is a revolving cam, a spring, a brake drum, a fixed brake plate, and a fiber material made up of asbestos. So this whatever fixed brake plate is there, it is attached to the axial housing, which is we call it a rear axle or front axle. It is connected to that, and a fulcrum is at the bottom of this. It is used to balance the lever. Okay, next there are two brake shoes. Which are those? These are two brake shoes which are lined on the outer side of the with asbestos fiber material. These are lined as asbestos fiber material. A revolving cam is fixed at the top of the brake plate. When the cam rotates, the two brake shoes move outwards or it expands. When this rotates, this will expand like this. Okay. Due to expansion of this brake shoes, what happens is it will hit the brake drum and it is brought back because of this spring action. So the cam creates a expansion and spring creates a retraction. So this is just a construction of the mechanical braking system, how it works. Okay, so this is written over here. So it shows a fixed brake plate attached to the axle housing. There is a fulcrum which is used to balance the lever. There are two brake shoes fixed at the outer side and that lined with fiber material, that is asbestos. A revolving cam is fixed at the top of the braking plate which is revolving and pushing the brake shoe, okay, which is expanding, and it is retracting because of the spring that connects both the brakes and shoes and bring them closer. Okay, now how it operates, how the mechanical brake operates. So in this you can see that this is the pedal on which a person is putting his foot and pressing it, and it is connected to the, so this is connected by a lever or a link which is connected to the cam. Okay, so we can see that the cam is shown linked by means of camshaft and a lever. The lever is operated with a rod by means of a pedal. So this is operated by a means of a pedal and which is connected to the camshaft which is rotating this. Okay, the whatever construction I have shown, that is therefore only single vehicle, and here it is shown in this type of construction is there in all these four type of wheels, other three wheels. Okay, so for discussion they have shown this in here. So it has the same thing: cam, spring, fulcrums and brake shoes. Okay, now so in this what happens is, how does it work? So whenever we press the pedal, or whenever the driver is pressing the pedal, the cam starts rotating by slight amount because of the links, and it pushes the ends of the brake shoe towards the outward side. So whenever I press this pedal, because of the links connected to it and the rod end, it will rotate the camshaft and the cam will rotate. When the cam rotates, whatever brake shoes are there here, because of the rotation of the cam or because of the shape of the cam, the brake shoes are brought towards the outward side, or it starts expanding. Okay, so when these brakes are pressed against the inner portion of the brake drum, so whenever the driver presses the pedal, this cam rotates and it will push the brake shoes outwards, or it will expand. So when it expands, it will touch the brake drum, which will stop rotating the wheel to a full stop, or it may slow down the rotation of the brake drum, we can say. Okay, so it is that cam is rotating and it is pushing the brake shoes outwards, and it is stopping the motion of the brake drum. So now when I release the brake pedal, or when the driver releases the brake pedal, the spring which is there, it will bring back the brake shoes closer to each other. Okay, closer to each other. So the cam is expanding and the spring is retracting, and whatever pressure is there on the inner portion of the brake drum, is removed, and the wheel is thus relieved from the grip of the brake shoes. Okay, so now when we are applying the brake, it is pushing the brake drum, the brake shoes are moving outward and it is touching the brake drum, which is slowing down the rotation of the brake drum. So when I release the pedal, what will happen? The spring will come back to its original position, retract the brake shoes back to its position, and the pressure applied by the brake shoe on the brake drum will be reduced, and it will lose the grip from the brake shoes. So because of which our vehicle will start accelerating again. Okay, so this is how the mechanical brake system works. Okay, so the next part is, in this, another part is the fulcrums. So here fulcrum is just to maintain the balance of the lever which is connected to the cam, and from connected the cam and the pedal. Okay, now the mechanical whatever brake is there, it is as I have told, it is connected to all the other three wheels, this one and this one. When the pedal is operated, all the cams which are present in all these three wheels will operate simultaneously and will stop and it will move outward, make a resistance to the motion of the or rotation of the brake drum, and the vehicle will simultaneously, when the simultaneous motion of the cam will make the brake drum to stop, and this is released when we are releasing the pedal, and again our vehicle will come back to its original acceleration. Okay, so this is the working of the mechanically operated brake system. Okay, so this is the portion which we are covered now, so I'll just read it out. So when the pedal is pressed, the cam rotates by a slight rotation because of the links, and it pushes the ends of the brake shoe outwards. As I have told, whenever the cam rotates, it is expanding the brake shoes, and this brake shoes is coming in contact with the brake drum. This stops the brake drum, or it slows down the rotation of the brake drum. Thus the rotating wheel is fully stopped. Now when we release the brake, what will happen? The spring, whatever is there, it is bringing the shoes closer to each other again. Okay, it is like expansion and retraction by the spring. So whatever pressure is there on the inner portion of the brake drum is removed when we release the pedal, and the wheel is relieved from the grip of the brake shoes. This is how a mechanical brake system works. So another part, what was it? That we are having a fulcrum which is connecting all the wheels with using a lever and balancing it with the brake pedal. So, so the mechanical brake is connected to all the wheels, other three wheels, and by means of the proper links as shown in the previous figures, when the pedal is operated, the cams on all the four wheels are simultaneously rotated, and now the brake shoes on all the four wheels are also in operation simultaneously. So whatever is there, whenever the cam rotates, it is rotating in all the four wheels, and it is creating a resistance to the motion or rotation of the brake drum, which is stopping the rotation of the brake drum, and when it is released, the wheels are free to rotate because the pressure inside the brake drum will get reduced because of the losing of the grip from the brake shoe. Okay, so this is the working of the mechanical brake system. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can contact me.